I'm Dr. Leslie Tay, and I write a food blog called I Eat, I Show, I Post.sg, which is celebrating its 10th year this year. I think I started off by wanting to write about the top 10 chicken rice, the top 10 Hokkien mee, the top 10 char kway teow. And then along the way, having spoken to so many hawkers, I begin to realize that a lot of Singapore's culinary heritage, the hawker history especially, is still contained within the minds of all these people. So when I heard their stories, and I thought, okay, I really need to write all this down because people need to know where chili crab came from, how come chicken rice is so famous in Singapore, how did it get there? I think this is part and parcel of our Singaporeanness, and it's part and parcel of our story, and it's not actually written down anywhere, or it's very difficult to find. And so I've taken it upon myself to write these stories, and so over the years the blog has become a repository not only of the best hawker food in Singapore, but also the stories about Singapore food. I wouldn't say that they are above and apart from others. I think there are some other videos that have done much better, but I think it's the kind of stories. There are stories which I'm passionate about. It's something that I see and I'm interested in, and somehow it's resonated with more readers than the usual. The mochi was a bit of a surprise. I didn't expect it to go so wide, and I didn't expect it to have such a big wide reach. I guess it must be because mochi somehow is a dying, it's a very rarely seen nowadays, and when the people see that there's a hawker that's trying to bring it to the next level, they can resonate with that and they start to share. It's hard to say, it's hard to say what they're going to do on Facebook. Sometimes you come up with a story and it falls flat. Then you wonder, hey, I thought it was a good story. I think consistency is very important. So you continue just to do what you believe is of interest to you and of interest to the readers. Some will work, some won't work. You never know when you're gonna hit the jackpot. I would say that I never plan more than 1 or 2 weeks in advance, really. Except for maybe some of my recipes that I'm doing. So recipes take a very long time, and every recipe that I put out, I want it to work, because I'm very tired of having recipes online which you try and then they just don't turn out to be as good as what it's supposed to be. So I take a long time to develop recipes, which is why there's so few. But the recipes that I put up are usually very long, very well written, and it's got months of experimentation and whatever I've learned in them, and I think that's why they are doing so well online as well, because people know that when I write a recipe, it works. Well, I experimented with Facebook. Live for a bit. I must say that I stopped doing it. I guess when you have an interesting enough subject, Facebook Live really does work, and people want to tune into something that is live. The last time I did it was during the Michelin Star Awards, and I thought that was important for people who want to be the first to know about the information about who won, whether a hawker won a Michelin star. That went very well. And then I used it when I was in Japan. I took the camera into the onsen because they allowed me to actually go into the onsen. Actually, some of the men were just stark naked, and they knew the camera was pointing, but they didn't really mind. So that was fun. That was fun because I thought that for Singaporeans who haven't been, or some of us who haven't been to Japan, wondering what an onsen was like, and being able to actually go into a male changing room in onsen was quite interesting. So that was live because you never know what's gonna happen. But lately, I haven't done much because I haven't come across a story which I thought would work well with the live. I think life is good for newsworthy information, like information which you basically want it right at that moment. But otherwise, if you're just writing a story, the videos tend to work better because you edit it so that it is not so complicated, not so laborious. When you're alive, you can't change anything. So when you view back on your live feeds, there's a lot of stuff which you just say is a waste of time, You've been waiting for this to happen, waiting for that to happen. Well, I think that first of all, integrity is very important, and it's something that I think our audience, they're very sophisticated. They know when you are telling something that is really from the heart, or whether you're just telling it because you're trying to earn money from someone who's paid you to do it. So I think integrity is of utmost importance. People need to trust you. So when you're reading a food blog, usually people read blogs because they feel that they can trust a certain author. So if this person always tells it like it is, and whenever he says certain things in a certain way, we know how to interpret it. So they know exactly what I'm trying to tell them. So over years, you develop that trust with your audience. And the other one is, of course, I think people like to, it's all about relationships. People like stories which are heartwarming, which connect people. And it's just not a cold, basically a plate of food that is there, that is good, no good, whatever. But it is about the person behind the food providing it, whether he's passionate about it, whether he's put his heart and soul into it. For instance, today I just told the story of a young Hokkien Mee hawker who went through difficulties in life. He had a teacher who was there, who mentored him even after he left school. And because of the teacher's persistence, he finally got his life back online again, because he was going down the wrong track. And when you speak to him, you realize that even though he doesn't have the opportunities, the kind of situation that he grew up in, it wasn't the most ideal, rosy situation. I think that I would like to see a society whereby people understand that even the cleaning auntie who cleans your table has got a family and she's got a story. And one day I hope that I can write a story about a cleaning auntie, so that people will know that, at the end of the day, relationships are all that matters, because everything else is really very temporal. You eat the food, you leave, and that's it. But there's a person there that is going to clean up after you. There's a person there who is just left work and he's really tired, who's looking for a table. And if we can all sort of think beyond just our that plate of Hokkien Mee on the table for me, and can think about the person who's coming after me and the person who's going to clean up after me, and then you know what to do. You know how to clean up after yourself and make things good for the next person. I think that if you can somehow write about these things and get people to start thinking about relationships and start thinking about society as a whole, then we will live in a better society and a more gracious place.